Imagine waking up in a world without oceans, a planet where water is a thing of the past. No waves, no beaches, no seafood. But wait, what about rain? Would Earth turn into a massive desert? Or could we still survive on recycled water? The answers might surprise you, and they're more terrifying than you think. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're exploring a jaw-dropping question. What if the oceans dried up? It's hard to overstate how important our oceans are. They cover over 70% of Earth's surface and play a massive role in everything from regulating the climate to producing oxygen and supporting billions of creatures. But if the oceans disappeared, would life on Earth disappear too? Or could we find a way to adapt? First off, the most obvious consequence, the complete collapse of marine ecosystems. Billions of sea creatures, from tiny plankton to massive whales, would lose their habitats almost instantly. Coral reefs would turn into dusty skeletons, and the intricate food web of the ocean would vanish. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the oceans. The loss of marine life would create a ripple effect across the planet. Millions of people who rely on fish as their primary protein source would face starvation. Entire cultures, especially in coastal regions, would lose their identity overnight. Now you might be wondering, what about rain? Oceans are the primary source of evaporation, which fuels the planet's water cycle. Without oceans, the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere would drastically decrease. At first, we might get a little rain recycled from rivers and lakes. But eventually, those would dry up too. Without a steady supply of water vapor from oceans, rainfall would all but stop. Major rivers like the Amazon, the Nile, and the Mississippi would dry up, leaving the land parched and turning much of the planet into a desert. Agriculture? Forget it. Entire civilizations would crumble within a matter of years. Oceans are also the planet's climate regulators. They absorb heat from the sun and distribute it around the globe through ocean currents. Without them, Earth's climate would swing to extremes. Daytime temperatures would skyrocket, with desert-like conditions spreading across continents. At night, the lack of water to retain heat would cause freezing conditions. Entire regions would become uninhabitable, forcing massive migrations inland, if there's anywhere left to go. Here's a scary thought. Up to 80% of the oxygen we breathe comes from phytoplankton, tiny organisms that live in the ocean. If the oceans dried up, these microscopic oxygen factories would vanish, and Earth's atmosphere would start losing oxygen. At first, you might not notice, but within decades, oxygen levels would drop to dangerously low levels. Breathing would become a struggle, especially for people at higher altitudes. Over time, humans and animals would be forced to adapt or perish. Economically, the world would be in chaos. Industries like shipping, fishing, and tourism, worth trillions, would cease to exist. Coastal cities, which are home to over 2.4 billion people, would become barren wastelands. Mass migration inland would strain resources, leading to conflict over food, water, and land. It wouldn't just be an environmental disaster, it would be a humanitarian one. Now you might be asking, how could something like this even happen? Well, it's extremely unlikely, but not impossible. A rapid increase in global temperatures, asteroid impacts, or catastrophic volcanic activity could theoretically cause the oceans to evaporate over millions of years. Alternatively, if Earth were somehow knocked out of its orbit and moved closer to the sun, the increased heat would boil away our oceans much faster. So, could humanity adapt? Maybe, but it wouldn't be easy. Scientists might develop ways to recycle and purify water from limited sources, like underground aquifers. Advanced technologies like desalination could be repurposed to extract moisture from the air, but these systems are costly and energy-intensive. In a best-case scenario, we might build self-contained habitats, like massive biodomes or underground cities. But even then, it's unlikely that more than a fraction of the population could survive. Believe it or not, some scientists suggest that if the oceans dried up, certain areas of the seabed could become rich sources of minerals and rare metals. The ocean floor contains untapped reserves of elements like cobalt, nickel, and even diamonds. However, mining these resources would require advanced technology, and it wouldn't come close to offsetting the devastating loss of ecosystems and water. What's fascinating is that Earth isn't the only planet to lose water. Scientists believe that Mars once had vast oceans, but over time it lost its atmosphere, causing its water to evaporate into space. Could Earth face a similar fate someday? It's a chilling reminder of how fragile our planet's balance really is. Pretty grim, right? Luckily, this is all just a hypothetical scenario for now, but it highlights a critical point. The oceans are the lifeblood of our planet. They don't just provide food and beauty, they keep our planet habitable. This hypothetical scenario isn't just a warning about what could happen. It's a wake-up call about what is happening. Rising sea temperatures, overfishing, and pollution are already threatening marine ecosystems. While we may not face completely dried-up oceans, we're already seeing dead zones, areas of the ocean where life can no longer thrive. This is why ocean conservation efforts are so vital. From reducing pollution to fighting climate change, every action matters. Without our oceans, Earth wouldn't just lose its blue, it would lose its life. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.